what point were you told or not told that you would be the starting quarterback this season?
For a while. I told you guys a long time ago I had a pretty good feeling about it. Kind of joked about it, but yeah, I always kind of knew where I stood and everything, and yeah, now it's official, I guess.
Even from the beginning, March 26th, when the trade goes down, were you happy with just the level of communication that the coaching staff and the front office shared with you?
Yeah, I think they did exactly what they're supposed to and everything. Obviously, it's a weird situation in and of itself, but just, I don't know, throughout all of it, try to stay focused on myself and focused on getting this team better and putting us in the right position.
You said it really wasn't an official competition, but did it feel like a competition?
Not to me, no. I go into it pretty consistently every day, just the same attitude. I mean, it's always a competition, but you're competing against the defense during training camp. Now we're competing against Detroit in this week and everything. But, yeah, that's kind of always where I've been with my head, and it helped me stay steady throughout this whole thing.
Just wondering, was there a point where you said to yourself, okay, I'm not going to focus on those other things, only the things that I can control?
Yeah, long time ago, probably when I first got into football. No. I don't know. I've always had that mindset, and I know it sounds real cliche and everything, but I don't know. I've had times in my career where you start focusing on other things and you get distracted, and it takes away from your play out here. So kind of in the back of my head, I had that already stapled in, and just had to keep staying with that throughout all of camp and everything.
Having gone through the whole offseason and all the questions that you're getting on this, how excited are you to be here and actually have a game to look forward to and not? Maybe
oh yeah, this is the fun part now. Get to go out there, game planning, competing, all the stuff you want to do. I mean, all this talking to you guys is great and everything. Don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, we want to get out there, go play some football and compete.
How do you feel you performed in preseason in camp, and where do you feel your game is at heading into week one?
I'm pretty satisfied with where it's at. Obviously, things to improve. You're always trying to fix little things up, get guys on the same page as you, seeing things out there and things like that. But overall, I felt pretty good with it.
You have to emphasize dealing with crowd noise and things like that, given it's been a little bit of time, or is it more similar to just like riding a bike?
Yeah, the first couple days it was a little weird, getting back into the silent cadence and things like that. But yeah, I don't know. You kind of me and Alex got into a pretty good rhythm pretty quickly, so we'll fine tune it this week and get everyone on the same page even more so. But yeah, we've worked on it a good amount.
You said the first day of camp that the ankle isn't even an issue in your
Sorry,
mind.
what'd you say?
You said the first day of camp the ankle isn't an issue in your mind. But were there little steps you had to take even in camp just to make sure you were feeling it?
More so that was like OTAs, honestly. I think OTAs kind of confirmed where my body was at and how I felt physically. And then training camp, it was just kind of coming out in here and, I don't know, just getting after it. Training camp's a grind, and it tests your whole body. I mean, it tested the ankle a couple days, but overall I felt pretty good.
More confident this year than maybe even 2 years ago because you were coming off the ACL, and now you have a pretty healthy supporting cast that's stronger.
Yeah, love the supporting cast, honestly. It's up front, those guys have been playing well together, just keeping things clean in the pocket, and then on the outside, we got a lot of speed, a lot of weapons, and it'll be fun to see how Kyle uses them in the offense and game plan and everything. But yeah, I'd say the confidence, it's really just gone up with the learning of the offense, having adapted to everything, and being able to process things faster, I'd say.
What's your scouting report on the Lions?
Very talented group. New head coach and everything, so new D coordinator. I'm sure they'll have a couple things for us that we haven't seen, but fast group. Played against a couple of these guys before. Jamie Collins, they're a fast group and pretty instinctive, so we'll have to be on our game.
How do you go about preparing for a team where you don't know exactly what you're going to face?
You kind of play the game of you don't want to over-prepare for things, you don't want to under-prepare. I don't know. There's some guessing involved in it because they don't want to show everything in preseason, but you don't want to assume too much. So I know that's kind of a bad answer, but yeah, you're kind of in between. You're trying to play both sides of the fence and just prepare for everything almost.
You go back and I was going to say, does your offense kind of have built in the rules where even if you don't specifically prepare for something, you know how to attack it?
Yeah. I mean, there's your core plays that you have and that you run out here and that you get good at over time, OTAs, training camp, and those. But yeah, you want to do some guessing, I guess, at points, but you can't go chasing ghosts.
A couple more, please.
Jimmy, every team takes on its own personality in terms of blocking as its own own personality. I'm curious, 3 years into his career, where do you see Fred Warner in that defensive order? It's only 3 years into his career, but has a pretty solid reputation. Where does he stand in that?
Man, he sets a tone. He sets the tone on the field and in the locker room, and in different ways. But it's impressive. Just like you said, a guy who's only been in it 3 years. I can remember myself in my third year. It was a lot different than how he is. So he's a guy that you love to be around. Sets the example for the younger guys. Kind of lets them know what the standard is in this locker room. And he's one of those guys you want him in your trench hole, in your foxhole with you.
3 years ago against the Lions, you created National Tight Ends Day. Can you go back to that moment? How much George has really just taken that over himself?
Yeah, I mean, he kind of stole it from me, but it's all good, I guess. No, it was kind of just something that happened out there. I think it was Selleck and George at the time. I don't know, just love those guys, love the energy they bring, and they deserve a day.
Last one. Look at week one or think about week ones, the last three that you had. I mean, at least the statistics haven't been great in week one for you guys offensively. I mean, is that part of the not knowing exactly how to prepare and game plan for a new opponent?
I think it could be part of it. I think we just got to come out ready to roll. You get in this lull of training camp at some point, and you can't really let it drag you down too much, I guess. But I think we've had a good mindset. We've had a good group that come out here, work every day, and hopefully we'll have a good week of practice. I think that's where it starts for us, and if we go do that, I think we'll have a good performance Sunday.
Hey faithful, subscribe to our YouTube channel.